Hi. I'm a little afraid about today's video because my skin is already not the best, and one day I woke up and decided I wanted to see just how bad I could get it. Some of you may be wondering, why would you do this, Ivory? Like, what motivated you to do this? Are you bored? Have you run out of ideas? Do you have daddy issues? Is your marriage in shambles? Have you gone crazy? I cannot confirm or deny these accusations. Just stay out of it. Regardless of the reasons why I decided to do this, it's happening. We are here. Let's get started. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday and post occasional bonus videos throughout the week. So we're gonna go straight into primer. For primer, I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte. Some of you are gonna say, oh, that's not a 24-hour primer. Yeah, that's not a thing, okay? I've looked it up. There is no such thing as a 24-hour primer. Next up for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation. This is in the shade Natural Beige. So when makeup brands claim that these products can last up to like 24 hours, the first thing I think is, in what situation would you need makeup to last that long? But you know, I'm not one to judge. Like, it's not my place. Maybe it's a Friday and you go to work and then afterwards you go out and get some drinks with some of the girls, and then afterwards you meet like a cute boy and you hit it off. He asks you to come over at his place and you spend the night, and then you want to look great in the morning. Maybe that is why you need the makeup to last that long. Maybe you're one of those people that does their makeup at night, and then when you sleep in it, you know, you wake up and you don't even have to do anything in the morning, like it's already done. Okay, foundation is on. As always, that foundation is amazing on me. I only needed one pump and it is full coverage and we're good to go. I was not able to find a 24-hour concealer from the drugstore. I don't actually think that exists. I could be wrong, but I could not find it for the life of me. I wanted to keep this drugstore because up in this channel, we are frugal. So this is the only high-end product that you will see. It came in my Ipsy bag, so like I didn't even buy it. I'm using the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour waterproof concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium. I've reviewed this before and I really like this concealer. Just be careful, this oxidizes like crazy. Then using a Real Techniques beauty sponge, I am just gonna blend that on out, and I'm also gonna use that to prime my eyes. I got an eyelash. I need to make a wish. Okay, next I'm gonna set that. I'm gonna use my Coty Airspun. Next, I'm gonna set that. I'm gonna use my, can I talk now? How about now? Next, I'm gonna set with the Coty Airspun, and I'm gonna set my entire face. I do this all the time. I have very oily skin, so I often set my entire face with a damp beauty sponge. Okay, so we are all powdered and we're gonna move on to brows and let this bake. So for brows, I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Tint Pen in the shade Medium Brown. So the tip looks like this. It has like these toothy bristles, which supposedly... Okay, sorry, I had to stop for like 10 minutes because my dogs were going crazy about a guy outside like killing our weeds. Okay, so apparently this type of tip is supposed to help create more hair-like strokes. I just want to explain that just because I'm wearing makeup for 24 hours does not mean I'm gonna be awake for 24 hours. Like, I'm just gonna sleep in this, okay? Don't take this wear test so seriously. I don't know if this product is like a little dry or something, but like as I'm pressing down, like product doesn't always come out. Oh. No, 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 no. Spoolie, I need a spoolie. Okay, so these are the brows. They actually don't look that bad. It's a little hard to like get some product out, and it's a little dry. Like, it's a lot drier than what I'm used to. Yeah, it definitely filled them in. This is a pretty good color, so I'm happy with this. I can settle for this. Okay, so we're gonna move on to eyes. I'm using the Revlon Colorstay Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade 715. The problem with these cream eyeshadows is that a lot of them come in like a metallic or shimmer. Like, this was the only one I could find that that was neutral and matte that I could use as a transition shade, but all the other ones are shimmery. So it looks like this. It's very creamy. I'm just gonna apply this on the lid, and this is gonna be our base because I do have like a colorful eyeshadow go on top. Glides on really easily and it settles down like a powder, and it's not tacky even though it's a cream, and it blends out quite nicely. I'm really gonna press this cream into like my outer V because I want it to darken up right there. And then as we move up, I'm gonna diffuse it. Okay, next on top of this, I am using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Eyeshadow in the shade Golden Emerald. It is this really beautiful green that you see right here. I am obsessed. So I'm gonna apply this with my finger and then later on go with a brush. Okay, I'm gonna take this e.l.f. smudge brush and I'm just gonna dip into the shadow even further and just intensify it even more. Okay, next I am going to add a wing. I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner in the shade Blackest Black. I use this all the time, but I have no idea if this will last 24 hours. I know it lasts up to 15, so we are just gonna test those extra 9 hours. Okay, and then with like this tiny brush, I'm gonna set my gel liner, and I always do this because the gel liner doesn't last in my inner corner. It always smears and transfers. So I always use this to set my liner no matter what. Ooh, yeah, a wing always makes everything look better. So next we're gonna add some dimension to the face. So there's no such thing as a 24-hour bronzer, and same thing with blush, it doesn't exist, but I was able to get the Revlon Colorstay. This says 16 hours and it is technically a foundation. Like you set your foundation with this, but I got a dark enough shade that we're just gonna use this to bronze. So I'm going, oh wow, the kickback on this. Okay, I'm going in with the e.l.f. powder brush and we're just gonna use this to contour. Do people say bronze and contour? Like, to me they're the same thing because my bronzers are always matte. I never have like a shimmery one. Okay, yeah, you can see it a little bit. I'm also gonna use this to contour my nose. So like I said before, a 24-hour blush does not exist in the drugstore world. I don't know about high-end, but I wanted to keep this drugstore. So I just Googled like a really popular blush, and it was the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, which I already have. So I'm just gonna tap into this. This is from my Z palette. People go crazy over this shade, but honestly, I'm just like meh about it. Maybe it's my undertone, but it's not my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my cheekbones using the same setting powder. Okay, and while that bakes, I'm going to set my brows. I am using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Waterproof Brow Gel. And this is supposed to last up to 2 days, actually. So 48 hours, which seems extremely unnecessary, but so the packaging looks like this. It's a squeezy tube and then you pull it out and, oh, I don't like this at all. I do not like setting my brows with this type of applicator. Luckily, they give you a spoolie alternative in the packaging, so I'm actually gonna rip it out and use that instead. Is that can you like remove this? That'd give me strength. Okay, God didn't want to give me strength. I'm just gonna take the spoolie and push it in. I don't know why you would need 48 hours worth of brow gel, like if you're that serious about your brows. Okay, so the brows are set. That worked really well. I have no complaints here. I wish that the spoolie was the original applicator and not this fuzzy wand. Okay, I'm gonna just wipe away this bake. Next up for mascara, I'm using the Rimmel London Super Curler Volume and Curl Mascara. There's this big boy right here. It has a curved wand, I'm guessing to like really lift up these lashes. I typically don't like big brushes like this because I stab my eyes. Okay, so that is one coat of mascara, and this is a really great formula. They're not clumping together. This is a little drier, so it dries really easily, so you can build really easily. I don't really like the wand for this though. I have to be really careful, and I'm still like bumping it on my skin a little bit. It's too big. I'm gonna move on to lips. For lips, I'm using the Covergirl Outlast All Day Lip Color in the shade Ever Ready. So it has like 2 bottles. The first step is to apply the color. Oh God, I didn't think about that with my eyes. Whoops. I remember when lipstick that didn't transfer on your coffee or when you kiss was like the biggest thing. I think I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade when a product like this came out where you had to apply the lip color and then put something on top to make it last. And it was something off of like QVC or something. And it was so innovative. And now it's like the norm. It's so crazy to me. Okay, after you are done with this, you wanna let this dry for 60 seconds and then apply this like moisture lip balm on top. And then you can use this and reapply throughout the day if your lips get dry. As far as application for the red, it did get a little patchy right here, so I kind of had to like dab it in, and that's about it. This green and red color combo, it's very Christmassy. I didn't think about this. Literally, when I was picking out stuff, I was like, 24 hour, do I have that color? Nope, get it. So I really didn't think about how this look was gonna come all together. Okay, so it's been about like 2 minutes and there's no transferring, which is a good sign. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this lip balm. Okay, so next I'm just gonna set my face using the Matte Fix Plus and the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. I always mix these two together. So that completes it. So at this point, it is 11:30. Took me about an hour to film, so my foundation's already been on for about an hour. I'm gonna do a couple check-ins, maybe 2, because I don't want this video to be super long, but I wanna do one at the halfway point and at the very end. So maybe just one little checkup, but I wanted to do that. So I'm just gonna do things around the house and chill out and do my normal things, and I will be back. So it is now 9:30 p.m. So I actually kept this on for 10 hours thus far. I'm not gonna do a check-in at the 12 because guys, I'm tired. I wanna go to bed, okay? I'm an early sleeper. I love my sleep. It is like grossing me out, the fact that I have to keep this on all night. Like, I know I'm not gonna sleep well. It's kind of like when you go to bed when your hair is wet and you like sleep on it, it just feels off and ugh. I wanna apologize in advance for the lighting. I like to film in the daylight just because the camera quality and video content is a lot crisper during the day when I have natural light. Right now all I have is like my umbrella lights and an exposed light in front of me, so it may not be perfect. So at this point I have not blotted, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some blotting sheets and just do that for you guys. Oh yeah. This is like so satisfying to me. Is anyone like grossed out that I'm doing this? Okay, so I use 2 sheets. That's what I usually do at around like the 8 to 10 hour mark. Before I bring you up close, I just wanna evaluate like the overall. Overall, the foundation has held up really well. I think right around here, there's just a tiny bit of settling into my skin. It has rubbed off like around my chin area and a little bit on the sides of my nose, but everywhere else it has stayed put and it looks really good, and blotting has helped me stay nice and matte, which is great. The eyebrows, they're holding on. They're doing okay. Like they're staying put. Okay, the eyeshadow surprisingly held up, and so has my winged liner. It did smear a little bit in here, like you can see there's a little bit of liner that transferred, but it's really not that bad. And as you can see, my lips are self-explanatory, though they don't transfer. I mean, the inners are just completely gone. I did have greasy food. I wasn't just gonna sacrifice not having greasy food for a review, okay? Like I just wanted to carry about my day as normal. The bronzer held up on my nose, so I do still see it. It's a little hard to see because I put on blush and they kind of like marry together. But based on my nose, it did stay put. I will say that this green eyeshadow, there's a little bit of fallout like under my eyes, like I see the glitter there. And the mascara has not transferred. So far so good. I think the only noticeable difference is the lips. It's not the greatest thing, but everything else held up really well, seeing as it is the 10-hour mark. Now, if I want to touch up throughout the day and I've been oily, what I like to do after I've blotted is I like to take a little bit of powder and then just only apply it to where I get the oiliest. So it would be my T-zone right here. I kind of just avoid my cheek area. So yes, that is the update, and I will be back in the morning to give you a final update. Here we are. We have made it to the 24-hour mark. As soon as I'm done filming, I am going straight to go take a shower because my hair is so greasy. I feel disgusting. I did not sleep well because I like to sleep with my face like down, so my stomach is like down, but I had to sleep upright because I didn't want to ruin it, but I can't control myself when I'm unconscious. So my shirt got ruined somehow. My pillow is stained with foundation, and I washed my hands, but there was like foundation under 6 of these fingernails, so I clearly scratched last night. All right, so let's do a final check-in. I don't know if you can see, but I got 4 new pimples last night, so yeah, it was really smart of me to do this. Okay, so the first thing that I think is the most obvious is my lips. It does transfer a little bit, and it kind of like pills when you like rub it. Right here on my nose and my forehead, there's no foundation. It is completely gone. It has transferred to my pillowcases and my bed sheets. My mascara has smeared on my lower lashes, so I woke up like this. I don't know at what point it started smearing, but it happened. The liner actually looks pretty good. It held up really well. I know at the 10-hour mark I said that it smeared a little bit in my inner corner. It hasn't gotten any worse since then, so I actually think this could last up to 24 hours pretty well. The shadow, both that transition shade and the green, actually held up really well. It did fade a little bit, and there's a little bit of fallout under here from the green, but I mean, it's there. You still see it. My brows though, like they're ready to go. Like they just want to keep the good times rolling. They're not transferring. Like nothing is like peeling off. This is a good brow product. That bronzer that I put on my nose, because my foundation rubbed off, so did the bronzer. I don't really see it here, but I want to keep in mind that it did say it was a 16-hour wear, so I didn't expect it to stay for the whole 24 hours. The concealer under my eyes have completely broken up. It's separated. There is still a little bit of coverage, but it kind of just looks like really worn. Overall, I would say this region ain't the worst thing other than the mascara, because the mascara did smear. The lip product, I mean, this looks sad. You can see it's like super splotchy and patchy. My foundation is gone around my chin and on my nose. I don't recommend anyone try this, okay? Like, don't do it. Do not keep your makeup on for 24 hours. Keep it on for like 15 if you really need it to stay that long, like for a wedding or something. And then take it off thoroughly. Let your face breathe, because my pores feel so clogged and the makeup just feels so heavy and I'm disgusted. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please write in the comments what other types of videos you would like to see from me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.